Hey guys, it's Mario Man 10100 back again with another countdown list. To coincide with my Pokémon Review Marathon, I'm making some Pokémon countdown lists to be uploaded between generation reviews, i.e. Gen 1 to Gen 2 and so on, just to split each one up. Anyway, today we are going to count down my top 10 Pokémon from the first generation. So, some ground rules. I'm only counting all the Pokémon from Gen 1, and also I'm only including one legendary, and to make it a bit interesting, I'm not including Pikachu in this list. I know he's the mascot of Pokemon and everyone loves him, including myself, but just for some originality, I thought I'd leave him out to make room for some curveballish type choices. So without further ado, let's get started. A lot of people would think I'm out of my damn mind putting this Pokemon here over many others, but I think that Porygon is an awesome Pokemon. His design is a bit basic, but then again it kinda reminds me of creating shapes and images back in the early days of computers when we didn't have so much access to smoother and rounder shapes like circles and ovals, and we had to make do with rectangles and stuff. His moveset isn't stuff of legends for the first generation, but he did have some compatibility with moves such as Psybeam, Recovery, and Tri-Attack. Overall, I like Porygon, but he's not my fave. Oh my god, when I first laid witness to Vulpix evolving into this creation, I nearly lost my shit. It's so majestic Ninetales, but at the same time, it looks as if it can also wreck your shit up bad. Its moveset isn't really that good with Ember, Tail Whip, Quick Attack, and Roar, but it can learn some good moves from TMs such as Hyper Beam, Body Slam, Double Edge, and even Fire Blast. So it can wreck some Pokemon a new one, but only if you're willing to put the time into teaching it those moves. Charizard. How could I not put this Pokemon in the list? I started my first playthrough of Fire Red with Charmander as my starter, and boy did that decision bite me in the ass since Fire is weak to Rock type. But getting through the game and evolving Charmander into Charmeleon and then into Charizard, it was worth it. As my Pokemon grew, I did too as a trainer. Triumphed over all the gym leaders, the Elite Four, and the champion together. Anyway, Charizard himself has a pretty sweet moveset. He can learn moves like Fire Spin and Flamethrower naturally, and moves like Earthquake, Dragon Rage, Seismic Toss, and Mega Punch through TMs. He is such a powerful Pokemon, and I wouldn't have it any other way. It's the OG Dragon. It's Dragonite, bitch. Check that video out, it's so bloody funny. Anyway, Dragonite is a really goofy looking dragon, but can really wreck some shit up. You bag out his appearance, you get hit by Slam, Dragon Rage, and of course, Hyper Beam. Dragonite can also learn moves like Horn Drill, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, and Fire Blast among many others. Don't mess with him, he'll kick your ass. Ah, the wizard himself, Kadabra. Why not Alakazam, you ask? I use Kadabra a lot more, and I prefer his design over Alakazam. Alakazam is still a good Pokemon, don't get me wrong, it's just not one of my favourites. Anyway, this Pokemon is focused on the Psychic type, and I don't mind one bit. Confusion, Disable, Psybeam, Psychic, and Recover? All great moves. And thanks to the Psychic type being broken in Generation 1, they wreak havoc everywhere they go. Kadabra can still learn physical attacks like Takedown, Double Edge, and Seismic Toss from TMs, but this is one of the few Pokemon that has a really good moveset when just leveling up. Expelliarmus! Joke? Check. The final evolution in the Poliwag line. It's Poliwrath. I was seriously thinking of putting Poliwhirl in this spot, but Poliwrath just gets over the line for me. I may have more experience with Poliwhirl, but Poliwrath was a great Pokemon to train and battle with. His design makes him go from a cutesy, gentle Pokemon to a badass who wants to wreck some shit up, and has an attitude to boot. It's as if he has something to prove to everyone. His move pool is pretty great too, learning Hydro Pump during its Poliwrath evolution while also getting Body Slam and Hypnosis, and can also learn Earthquake, Psychic, Hyper Beam, Blizzard, Skull Bash, among many others. This Pokemon has brought a lot, and he is ready to fire, except he's a water type. This Pokemon. This Pokemon right here is bloody awesome. I love it so much, and I never knew of the origins of it until about 2 years ago. Very smart from Nintendo and Game Freak, to be completely honest. His design, amazing. His moveset, even better. He learns moves such as Dragon Rage, Hydro Pump, and Hyper Beam. That's right, he learns Hyper Beam naturally. Talk about badass. He can also learn Blizzard, Thunderbolt, Fire Blast, and many more moves from TMs. Holy crap, this Pokemon is a pure powerhouse, but is 4 times weak to Electric type. Just saying. Here it is, the Legendary, and it's the most powerful one of all in the first generation. He's the ultimate and he has a bad attitude. It's Mewtwo. There's a reason he was chosen as a playable character in Super Smash Bros. Melee and returned in Smash 4. He's a god. Well, not really, but he is such a good Pokemon. His attitude is portrayed perfectly in any design of him, and that call. Sign of a badass motherfucker. He can learn moves such as Confusion, Disable, Psychic, and of course, Recover. He can also learn moves such as Solar Beam, Thunderbolt, Blizzard, Ice Beam, even bloody Seismic Toss. Mewtwo is such a badass that he wants to knock you out cold. I'm at a compromise. This is a Pokemon I've used many times and I've had fun with. It may not be the most powerful, but it's still just a great Pokemon to start with. Besides, this is actually my mum's favourite Pokemon of all. Not kidding, she loves turtles in real life, so her loving Squirtle makes sense. Like I said, this Pokemon is not the strongest, but its design is so cute, it hurts. Anyway, Squirtle's move pool isn't all that large, with Bites and Hydro Pump being your best moves naturally, but you can still use a lot of TMs on Squirtle like Takedown, Blizzard, Ice Beam, Body Slam, etc. So its overall moveset can be quite good, even for a starter. And now for my favourite Pokemon in this generation. What is it? Let's find out. Well, what do we have here? A ghost type, huh? Why is Gengar here? Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's because his design is so bloody good and his move pool is awesome. This Pokemon looks creepy as fuck, and that's good considering it's a ghost type Pokemon. He looks very mischievous and evil. Just saying. As for his move pool, he has Lick, Nightshade, Hypnosis, and the dreaded Dream Eater in his natural move pool, and also has access to moves such as Mega Drain, Hyper Beam, Takedown, Thunderbolt, Psychic, Skull Bash, Explosion. It's so good. I love Gengar, and you should too. Thanks so much for watching this top 10 list. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you look forward to the next one. So thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a great day or night, and of course, take care.